now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
A 76-degree air temperature, a dew point value of 74, 94% relative humidity. Kind of a sticky start to the day. Looking for the rest of the day, we've got about a 30% chance of rain showers during the afternoon and evening, and that will continue on through the overnight as bands of rains move across the region. But tomorrow, our rain chance spikes up, starting with 60% during the morning hours and increasing thereafter to 90%. Category 1 storm, 90-mile-an-hour winds. Hurricane Hunter aircraft are en route to investigate this storm as we speak, and I suspect we'll probably see a strengthening storm when they report back. Forecast to become a Category 2, Category 3 before it makes landfall on its closest pass to us, probably late tonight into tomorrow morning as a Category 3 perhaps. If that were the case, we would see some wind speeds along our region. Probably in the vicinity of about 15 to 25 miles per hour along the immediate coast with some gusts to 35. So that's a significant wind. It doesn't necessarily do any structural damage, but it certainly could blow things around a little bit, bring down a tree limb or two and create some power outages. So we'll watch for that tomorrow afternoon. Also of interest will be the amount of tide surge that we get across our area waterways. We talked about that just a few minutes ago. A lot of rainfall out here in the Gulf waters. I think most of it stays out in the Gulf waters, but a few of these rain bands will be working their way closer to us by tomorrow morning, and I expect to see the potential of a few stronger storms move through here with some brief periods of heavy downpour. I think total rainfall accumulations, though, probably in the 1 to 3 inch range. So we're not looking at big flooding issues here with our rains, but the potential for isolated tornadoes does exist, and certainly some straight line wind damage with some of the storms does exist. As the center of the system lifts to the north, the strongest rains remain way out in Gulf waters, but a couple of the rain bands moving onshore could promise us the potential of severe weather, and that's why the Severe Storm Prediction Center has put us in a marginal category for the potential of some severe weather. The strongest storms remain to our north. That's what that yellow is from about Dunedin north. That's where the biggest risk will be. But nevertheless, we'll keep an eye on it and let you know. Good time to download your First Alert weather app, which will give you immediate notifications of any tornadic activity in our area. So if you don't have that on your phone, now's a great time to do that. As far as our forecast for wind speeds go, we're right now kind of in the 20 to 30% zone along Manatee, Anna Maria Island for potential of some tropical storm force winds, minimal tropical storm force winds. The current forecast, as I mentioned, was for like a 15 to 25 mile an hour sustained wind along the coast with perhaps gusts as high as 35 or so. But you should prepare with numbers like this, potentials for probabilities like this. You should prepare for anywhere from a 30 to 40 mile an hour wind all the way up to a 50 plus mile an hour wind, which right along the immediate coastline could cause problems. Of course, the other issue will be once these winds start turning a little bit more onshore, some of the wave action coming onshore could create an issue, and so we'll be monitoring tidal flooding for tomorrow. That's a possibility, certainly, especially along the bays, inlets, sounds of Anna Maria down through Holmes Beach into Upper Longboat Key. And then to points south of that, we're looking at 1 to 2 feet, which could cause some beach erosion, certainly, as well as some slosh over on roadways. Winds will be gusty through tonight, about 40 knots or so, 6 feet building to 11-foot seas. So absolutely not a great day for boating, rough to very rough conditions. These are the high tides that we expect. I'm only putting high tides on the boards right now. We have a 1:39 this afternoon high tide. Not so worried about that one. Tonight at 1:08 in the morning, that'll be one to watch, and particularly the high tide tomorrow afternoon at 2:28. We'll watch that one very carefully and see just how much tide we get. 30% chance of showers today, goes up to 90% tomorrow. Windy conditions at times tomorrow, and then breezy on Thursday. Over the weekend, things clear out pretty nicely, and we return to sunshine and probably some cooler temps.